Hello everyone, Ember here, and welcome back to a new video. In this one, I'd like to offer some first impressions with the new Meganium deck, the free deck actually, that you get for just logging in now for the new Battle Pass for Ascended Heroes. So yeah, Meganium is a really fun new card. Basically has 360 HP, which is quite a lot for a Stage 2 Mega to have anyway. But for 3 colors, Giant Bouquet does 70 damage base, and then 50 more for each grass energy attached to this Pokemon, which honestly is a pretty good modifier, but it does require you to, of course, have a decent amount of grass energy attached to it. And thankfully, the best way of actually getting energy on Meganium, or I guess the best way of doubling energy, I should say, is with the single prize Meganium, which is kind of handy because it means you can just play 4 Chikorita, 4 Bayleaf, and then the 3-2 split of the Meganium, which is cool. So yeah, this Meganium just effectively means that every basic grass energy in play is now 2 grass energy, which is fantastic because it just means you basically only need 3 energy on this guy and you're all of a sudden you're doing like 270. So yeah, it is kind of insane, but of course, you put 3 grass energy, all of a sudden you're one-shotting pretty much anything in the game. So yeah, Mega Meganium is kind of scary, but how are we getting grass energy on Mega Meganium in the first place? Well, we have Forretress EX, which okay, I'll admit, is not the best energy acceleration in the world. I'd much rather this deck had access to stuff like Charm again, but yeah, sadly, Charm is long gone to rotation, so we have to rely on Forretress. Forretress has the ability exploding energy that says once in your turn, you may search your deck for up to 5 basic grass energy and attach them to your Pokemon any way you like, which is amazing. However, you do have to KO Forretress, which kind of sucks because Mega Meganium gives up 3 prize cards. So effectively, what you're saying is you give up 2 prize cards for Forretress just to get accelerated into the game. Your opponent only has to KO 1 Meganium and 1 more Pokemon, and they win. So effectively, if you have a slow start to the game and your opponent KOs, say, a Pinnacle or Chikorita, and you pop a Forretress, then your opponent only has to get rid of one of these things and they win, which is kind of scary, but the whole point of this deck is that you're going to try and high roll things and you're just going to knock out everything in your path with Giant Bouquet. Hopefully some Megas along the way, and you'll just want to kill all those Mega Pokemon and it'll be fantastic. That's the plan, fingers crossed. I mean, obviously it's not going to work out every single time, but it's a bit of fun at the end of the day. It puts a lot of pressure on the deck to actually get set up because, of course, if your opponent takes, a couple of prize cards in the earlier turns, then your deck kind of just falls apart because you can't really afford to give up any more prizes. But it is a lot of fun to at least, try and make work, which is cool. And I do like playing these more casual rogue decks every now and then. I know they're not the most competitive broken thing on the ladder right now, but I do think they're a lot of fun to try out. We do also have Blood Moon or Salona, which can kind of stuff over the opponent's prize race. So if they do have 3 prize cards left, you could try and force them to KO Blood Moon or Salona and force them to boss around it. But yeah, Blood Moon can do 240, but Season Skill does mean that the attack cost is 1 colorless less for each prize card your opponent has taken. So can be quite a nice basic attacker if you just need to throw out 240 randomly. And, pretty good into 2 prize decks as well that have lower HP. So, stuff like Raging Bolt, I guess, for example. But as for some other Pokemon, we do have a Pheasantipity, of course, for the ability to flip the script. So if anything does get KO'd during your opponent's last turn, so not when you trigger Forretress, sadly, but yeah, during your opponent's last turn, then you will get to draw 3 cards, which is nice. So, that's a cool option. And then as for the fun new trainers, we have one of the new boss's orders. I know it's just the exact same effect, but it is a nice artwork on Caribou, which is cool. We play 4 of the new Pokepad, which is going to be a very, very good card post-rotation. Search your deck for Pokemon that doesn't have a Roblox, so all your single prize guys, and you get to put in your hand. 4 Lilies for some draw support. 2 Counter Catcher, which is a card that is going to rotate, but it is a very good card right now while we still have Forretress in Standard. Just because, of course, you pop off Forretress, you get all your energy in play, you can now just suddenly Counter Catcher something, which is cool. Also got 4 Iono, 1 Switch because we might need to float between Meganiums in order to win the game. 2 Super Rod, 2 copies of Dawn, a Scramble Switch, which is kind of spicy, 2 Ultra Ball, and then 4 Forest of Vitality. Not to mention 10 basic Grass Energy, because we do need to actually have Grass Energy in the deck in order to use Forretress. But yeah, let me know what you think about Meganium down below. Have you been, succeeding with Meganium, or have you been more of a Mega Dragonite player? Now, to be honest, I do think Mega Dragonite is probably the better of the 2 cards, especially post-rotation, but we will have to wait and see. But yeah, I do hope Mega Meganium can wither the storm that is losing Forretress, and, hopefully grass types do get some better energy acceleration soon. But yeah, let me know what you think down below, and yeah. So I'm feeling okay about our position here. Erica's Tangela is kind of annoying because it does mean that they have a constant flow of Pokemon. But yeah, Erica's Vileplume, not the scariest card in the world, but I just need to see a few more Pokemon basically, and then we can start attacking. But yeah, so what I want to do now is maybe try an Iono, hopefully. But yeah, I'll see what my opponent does here. They might just honestly not bother attacking. They could just leave Meganium in the active spot, which might not be the worst choice, not the worst option that they have. Yeah, we'll see what my opponent does. Right now, they're just getting the board set up. So, yeah, Erica's Vileplume, 160, and also inflicts Sleep and Poison, and also can heal 30 from each of your Pokemon. Okay, so they do go ahead and attach a Grass Energy. They do Iono me, which is, I'm actually okay with that. I don't mind losing that hand. Okay, so we do get some good stuff here. That's good. So I think we will be able to one-hit KO their next Pokemon, which is good. The only problem is, because we lose Pinnacle, and because we're about to lose Forretress as well, it does mean that our opponent has to KO one Meganium and they win the game, which is slightly problematic, I guess. I'll see how much damage I'm doing, though, with Forretress. But yeah, we can go ahead and, well, actually, I'm going to get some stuff out the deck first. Just draw some more cards, see what we draw. Okay, that's nice. So we need that, fundamentally. Can't do anything without it. We can attach here. I don't think we're doing nearly enough damage, though. How much are we doing? 270. So unfortunately, we're a bit short. So we will have to pop a Forretress, which kind of sucks. Didn't want to have to do that. But we can Ultra Ball away a Forretress and an Iono. Grab a Chikorita, I guess, because we probably want to set up another one of these. I need to see how many energies in the deck as well. It's kind of important. Okay, we've got 6. That's fine. So yeah, we'll bench Chikorita. I will Forretress the energy out the deck. So we do want at least, yeah, we want all 5, I think. And what is your modifier again? You're 50 more. Okay, so 300, 310. So 3 energy will do it, question mark. I'll put 4 on just in case we want to retreat. And then we'll do it like this. Yeah, that seems fine. So then they take 2 prize cards, which stinks, but it's all right because we can Iono them now. So they go down to 3 cards, which is good. And then realistically, we don't need much else. I will Pokepad because we want this guy out. And then we kind of just have to like float between these two and pray we don't run out of resources, basically. That's how we're going to do this. 470. It was more than enough. Flippin' heck. Okay, so that's a lot of damage, which is cool. So we get a grass, we get a lilies. Grass is good. We do need grass energy. We do also kind of need another Mega Meganium, though. That's kind of important. Like another grass is very important for us right now. Ideally, we want to do back-to-back KOs. So it might be a case of trying to find a switch. But yeah, we need our opponent to basically not be able to boss our Mega Meganium, basically. Like, if they can do that, then we're solid. Also, they might not have an efficient way of getting other energy on. I was going to say, so they might not have another thingy. That's fine. Oh, look at that. We can counter catcher. Great. So we can just counter catcher this guy. That's fantastic. Big stroke of luck. I'm not going to attach the grass energy. Will I? Oh, they've conceded. Never mind. Fair enough. 470 damage was a lot.